And on top of that, we are both, females,
Who
female
doesn't want
voices,
more female hosts,
right?
right?
The best podcasts. I just now realized that all the podcasts I listen to are either narrated by females or like there's a female host.
Yeah,
I've
same.
I I can name like three podcasts I listen to with like men, but
I can't
yeah,
name
the
any.
my favorite ones are female driven, but also it's a very queer podcast. I
Yeah,
myself
expect it.
am queer, and Frankie is non-binary and
Queer. Let's say
yeah,
queer.
queer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there you go. It's woman and it's friendly. It's
Oh my god, I love those two things.
exactly.
You need more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here to
I think
give
the whole
that to
world
you.
needs. Uh huh. See, we're
Yeah. You're welcome.
couple of queer women of color. Love that.
Yeah.
Very important in this political climate.
We're a new menu item. Try us out.
What else? What? Why else should? Why are we doing this? Okay.
Because it's fun.
Yes, it's
We're all
fun.
about having fun here.
It's fun with a side of opportunity. Like, I mean, although we're very explicit when it comes to our hate for capitalism, but you can critique capitalism, I'd say, and participate in it
Because
if
there's not
we
really
need
much of a
to survive.
choice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the opportunity is, well, not only to get to interact with a wider audience, but also to kind of make some money because we
Yeah, who
can
doesn't
one
want to make
day.
money?
But like it's a if we don't end up making anything, like that's fine. At least we got to do this. This is still fun with or without
There's
it.
there's a high chance of this just becoming us shouting into the void. But
Yeah, and I'm completely fine with that.
yeah, it's fun.
It's yeah. And lastly, again, we've said this like a million times already, just in this
I'm
episode.
sorry.
We want you in on the shtick. You guys are our friends, like officially, like right now.
Yes, once you've started listening
We're
to
all
us,
just yeah, we're all just a big pool of people who don't Google things anymore to talk about things.
because it's nice to wonder sometimes.
So what aren't we Googling today, Frankie?
I actually, there are higad in the garden. So we have hairy caterpillars in the garden. We found two, and we're taking care of them now because we took care of a couple of butterflies recently. I mean, they were caterpillars; they became butterflies. I did not know what kind of higad they were, so I asked Ernest.
Oh, Ernest is our friend.
Yeah.
He's a very sciencey guy. He's basically our like botanist, zoologist person in our
Yes,
friend
we
group.
turn
And
to
like,
him.
who needs Google?
No,
Again,
who
not
needs Google
defaming
when you
Google.
have a friend
Sorry.
like Ernest?
Yeah, he's great. Hopefully, we get to do an episode with him where he talks about plant stuff
Yeah.
or just stuff about him. He's a very interesting person. Shout out to Ernest.
He really is. So,
So,
I still don't know
yeah.
what kind of higad they are, but he has told me that they will eat any kind of leaf, so that helps.
Oh,
I didn't Google that today.
love that. I didn't Google. What? No, this is a lie. I did Google this, but what didn't I? Oh, okay. I didn't Google for once today why my dog is coughing because
Oh, he
I
coughs!
did. Yeah, I have Googled that several times, and because I keep forgetting why, and the results aren't very helpful. It's always like kennel cough, this and that, but turns out today he coughed up a hairball. And I
Aww.
think that's just what it was all this time. Nothing serious. That's
I
yeah.
didn't know dogs could cough up hairballs.
I didn't either, but
Wow.
he's a Pomeranian. He's a very hairy guy.
Aw.
Hairy guy? He's a
Very hairy
very
little
hairy little
guy.
boy. Yeah,
Aw.
and we got him groomed yesterday or the other day.
Finally.
Yeah, he has a lion's cut right now. I can see his
Aw.
balls all the time. Pink, big balls
Beautiful. He's gonna have
on
a
my
great
dog.
what's it called? Bloodline.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah.
His he has no sicknesses or anything. Nothing
Oh my
serious like that can
god.
be passed down genetically.
He's
And
perfect.
yeah, 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 and his parents also are just like great, great candidates for breeding. Though I don't know. I think breeding is a little taboo.
Yeah.
In other places. I'm not completely for it, but I don't know enough about it. I think that is something
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to go.
We
We have to
haven't Googled
Google.
enough about that. Yeah.
Yeah, to have opinions on it.
We will have opinions someday. For
Yeah,
now.
on everything.
So,
So yeah,
career stuff.
career stuff.
Yeah,
As we've
I
mentioned
hate the word career.
earlier, we are creatives, and
Ugh.
exactly. Um, we selected this topic because Frankie was saying something about how they wouldn't mind being they wouldn't mind being in the corporate world, like just
Or
a
like not
kickstarter.
necessarily corporate, but like not in the creative field,
Uh-huh,
like
uh-huh.
as a starting job.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
you kind of like
Oh, you want me to
um
elaborate?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
get into this.
Yes.
Okay. So, look, I really wouldn't mind. My goal as a creative is to be an illustrator. Like, I want to be able to make money off of that and survive off of that and, live a nice life like all those YouTubers
Mhm,
who are
mhm.
like, selling their stickers or traveling the world to draw on walls. That'd be really fun. But I honestly wouldn't mind like working a non-creative job, like say selling books, like working in a bookstore. I wouldn't mind that
The
because
dream.
yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind talking to people like, hey, I think if you like this book, I can show you this other book. I think you'll like that. Or maybe you
Wow,
want to
that
buy that other
voice.
one, that other one.
You completely switched. Like, who was that? You're
It's
perfect for
me.
that.
It's me as a book salesperson.
Wow. All right. I love
I
that.
really wouldn't mind that because, and this is something that I've had to learn and teach myself,
Uh-huh.
my worth is not based on whether or not I succeed as a creative. And I'm completely fine with that now, you
Yes.
know?
That's true.
So yeah, I don't think, I wouldn't hate it. I can still draw, just, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that for you, like going on for you. But the thing is, I couldn't completely like relate on my end cuz
Yeah, see now we see the polarities.
yeah, that's what we were talking about. No, cuz so well, I come from a family of musicians, okay? But I think it was only my dad who did it professionally, like
Yeah.
actually. And I'm the second, well, the first in my immediate family to study music actually. So I'm a music production student. We're both in college, by the way.
We're not gonna say
Um,
where.
yeah, it's pretty easy to pick up actually.
Yeah,
Like,
but if you're not from here, it's fine.
yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no.
Okay. Anyway, so I am a music major. I sometimes say that to make it sound fancy. Um,
Mm.
and I come from a family of musicians, and but because my dad, had that experience with the music industry, he knows the pros and cons, and I mean, I couldn't have asked for more supportive parents or family members. But then because he knows, like, he told me, if you want to take up music, you kind of need a backup plan still, because if you're gonna be a performer once you're up there and successful, you're gonna have to go down. Like what comes up must come down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So if you're up there, your time's gonna pass. And me being the ambitious 14-year-old I was being like, oh well,
yeah. I know who that was.
people still know who Elvis Presley is, or jazz
Yeah,
singers like
yeah.
Nina Simone, and I could be legendary like that.
Yeah, I used to have that mindset.
Yeah, and I really had to fight for my dream, and I'm still
Yeah.
proud of that. Like I wanted them to know that I want this, and I can't see myself doing anything else, because I know that I'd be fucking great in the corporate
You
world.
are.
Like
She has a band, by the way.
I do. More of that
She
later.
has a band.
I do. But yeah, more of that later. I was saying, I know how to suck up to people, like to bosses. I know how to kiss ass, because
Lovely.
that's how you got, your teacher's attention in private schools in the
Mm.
Philippines. In
More on that.
more on that
No,
in
it's
the
not
next.
gonna.
Yeah, but
Someday.
yeah, someday. So I know how to talk to older people. That's also why parents love me. My friends' parents love me.
Yeah.
Frankie's parents can can confirm.
Attest to that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.